But more so than that, even Boston really controlled territory in that game. I think a team like the Capitals that's still pretty high-powered, despite some of their warts on defense that I just mentioned, I think we were well into the second period of that game, and they had something like 7 shots on goal, some obscenely low total of shots. The combination of Boston being able to impose their will and Rask playing really well is hard for just about any team to beat. And the Penguins would need to be on their game in terms of speed and doing their things well and kind of ignoring the hitting that would go on in that series to get by. Having said that, we are still putting the old proverbial cart way ahead of the horse.
Not way. What's your prediction today?
Boston.
You've made a different prediction every time we've done the show. What's your prediction for today?
Well, they're not playing today, so I'm going to predict both teams go 0-0. But for tomorrow's game, I am leaning Penguins, although this is what's been so interesting about this series. I just don't feel like any game has been definitive. If I were looking at it objectively, which I'm trying to because that's my job, I think the Penguins have established that they are the better hockey team, skating-wise and everything else of the two. But I think when you have it turn into a gong show yesterday, which is what the Islanders very deliberately did, what the NHL's usual crack staff of refs allowed to happen, it could be an interesting dynamic in Game 4. And if the Penguins get lured into that sort of slap-shot-style antics, then I think it benefits the Islanders because chances are, just like in Game 3, if there's a big scrum, more good players will be going to the penalty box for the Penguins than the Islanders because the Penguins have more of them. They have to play their game, ignore the nonsense, ignore Matt Martin running around out there, among others, and just try to win the hockey game. So I still think there's some drama here and some uncertainty. And even though I say they're the better team, Rich, let me be clear, I don't think they're that much better than the Islanders.
Yeah, all those games have been pretty close all year. It's been a close series, and it was close even in the regular season, even though the Penguins had a 6-2 advantage. The Islanders, they can't score with the Penguins, but every time I say the Penguins need to get up by 2, which they have done a couple times, the Islanders got back into the game and made it a game again. That's what I don't understand. I agree with you. I think the Penguins look like the better team, and I feel like they're going to win tomorrow, go up 3-1, and then who knows? I don't know if they're going to be able to close it out at home, but I still think it's going to go 6. But I think.
Do you want me to reverse my prediction, Richie? Do you want me? Because I've been wrong on every game of the series so far, and I just kind of hinted at a win. Do you want me to reverse this thing real quick here?
You should reverse it because I actually think the Penguins are going to win tomorrow. I do.
All right, well, hold on. I'll reverse it. I've been 0 for 3, so whatever I predict, the opposite happens. So let me be clear here. I'm not some sort of mean guy. I want to see the Penguins win. I'll actually say that the Islanders figure this out and win 4-2 tomorrow.
Okay. Well, let's go out to Randy in Claysville. How you doing, Randy?
Pretty good.
Thanks for calling.
Hey, the Penguins are going to win 4-2?
No, he said the Islanders are going to win 4-2. I think the Penguins are going to win something like similar to the second game.
Oh, it's wrong. Okay.
2-1. It's gonna be
because I think the Penguins is going to win the game. They're going to win the game 4-2.
Okay. Well, Chris winked, so.
We're big in Claysville, I think, on this show, Richie.
I think, yeah, we are huge in Claysville. I think it's going to be a close-scoring, low-scoring type game. That's the kind of feel I have. Let's go out to Steve.
I think the weird thing about the game in the series is the Penguins have proven that they can win the Islanders style, right? Getting a 2-1 win, a taut, low-scoring, low-opportunity game. And the Islanders have diffused the notion and debunked the notion that if the game turns into a track meet, that A, they can't keep up, and B, they can't come back if they do fall behind. So that's what's been kind of interesting. The paradigm by which each team was supposed to try to win games, the other team has proven adept at adopting and utilizing to their advantage. So I think it's a real, you could say you think the Penguins are going to win. I could say the Islanders are going to win. But I think the real interesting part of Game 4 is that you can't get a handle on what style of game it's going to be because there's been no rhyme or reason to it through the first 3.
All right, Steve, hang on. We got to get to our Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the day. We'll get to you after the break. But this is a good tweet. And I didn't realize that the Steelers were the only team this far away. Warren, this is a guy. You guys have him on your show, right? Warren Sharp, I think I've heard him on your show before. He tweeted out this today, years since posting a losing record. 17 for the Steelers. The next closest would be Seattle and Kansas City, 9-8, and look at everyone else right there. So that says a lot, Chris, about this Steelers organization. But,
Well, it says that Warren Sharp, who's a very smart guy, cherry-picked it at the year after the Patriots finally had a losing season, or what would they be at, 20?
Yeah, you're right about that one.
I mean, come on, I like Warren Sharp, but he's a very sharp dude. Again, pardon the pun, and he's usually he's anti what the Steelers did with Najee Harris. That is a very convenient time to run that little tidbit of information out there, in my opinion.
All right, we got to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls and some of your tweets. Stay right there.